What monster is the brightest? Frankenstein. Thanks for stopping by Cover By today. We have a third Friday this month, so we feature an indie title. And today on Cover By, it's going to be Monstress. Comics for Thomas is standing by to join me along with Cookie from Just a Little Podcast as we look at these two covers and decide between them. One will win and the other will say bye to. Now, for the purposes in this video, cover B is actually a second print cover, but we're going to use it as the B cover in today's video for our reviewing purposes. So with that having been shared, let's get started with first thought comments. And you know who has them for us? Cookie from Just a Little Podcast.
Hey y'all, you made it back for another cover by. This week's we got Monstress, and this is issue 1. This is a book that came out fairly recent, and it's a book that I almost picked up. I remember seeing it on the shelves, and I thought the detail on the covers were exceptionally well done. It was something that was very intriguing because I remember flipping through it and looking at it, and it reminded me a lot of like Lord of the Rings now meets kind of like a Game of Thrones, where there's like this darkness involved, and you have this adventure involved, and this like kind of like adventure mystery going on. And I dug it, but I just never picked it up. I don't know why, to be honest with you. Maybe I should, because it's definitely something that's down my alley. But we have cover A, and it is extremely, extremely detailed. I love the fact that we are getting the antagonist slash protagonist in the middle. We have what seems to be like this statue behind her of, I would assume, a god, a monstress, an empress, something of that nature. It has a lot of different things going on because there's so many like intricate details that are being done here. I love the fact that this statue that's behind her is so interwoven and so displayed in such a way that it's almost very much glorified. And I like the fact that the character is kind of almost stuck in there like a sticker, like she's not meant to be in this position, but she's there. I like that a lot. I like the background that we have going on. It reminds me of like this almost like, I want to say maybe like a bone type of thing with tentacles, very dark. And you have this girl who's very radiant and very light. So it's almost like she might be the monstress. Maybe the monstress isn't within her. But yeah, it's definitely a cool cover. And then we have cover B, which reminds me a lot of Avatar, Airbender, the one with Korra. And it just has that Korra vibe. I love the detail on the floor that we're getting. Very similar to the detail that we had of the statue in the cover A. I love the wind that's blowing in her hair. I love these little follicles that are floating around. And then we see the shadow that's kind of like opposite of her that are tentacles. So I'm assuming maybe she is the monster, and or maybe the monster lives within inside of her, or is flying away from her and she's setting it free. I don't know the deals, but it's definitely a really cool cover, and I like them both quite a bit.
Thanks, Cookie. I appreciate it much. I'll tell you, I know nothing about this comic book. I kind of am a little bit familiar with the title, and that's about it. So I take a look at cover A, and definitely the art is good. And I kind of like the pose where she's kind of turning around. Maybe something has caught her attention, or she's heard a noise and she's looking to see what it is. The detail in the image behind her in the background is done very well and good. At first glance, I look at that, I go, is that like a big chair, like a king or someone would sit in? Or is it in some type of a church setting? Or that's just from first glances. But it is very good, and I like it. And I think the black all around, the detail there, the gold detail, adds to it as well. But then we look at the B cover. Okay, the art is really good on this too. Now the coloring helps this a little bit with the tint of lighting, how it gets a little bit lighter towards the upper corner. I like that a lot. I like the perspective that it's coming from, the angle. I like that her hair is blowing. You get the effect, of the weather conditions that the character is dealing with, which sometimes, most of the times, you don't get when you're looking at a cover. So we have good stuff on this cover as well. I wish I could tell you more about the story, but I am a little bit intrigued just by looking at the covers. It's time for first thought comments from Comics for Thomas on this title now.
So, it's an image time. we are going with Monstress #1. I am a big fan of Monstress. I own this book. I own cover A. I've actually owned it a couple times now. It's one of those things where it kind of took me a while to get it, even though it's not super expensive. And then all of a sudden, once I got it, another one came in, and another one came in, and I've kind of moved them around and stuff like that. I think that the cover is fantastic by Takeda. Even personally, because the art does start to look a lot the same, kind of like a saga. I'm just putting together the first 10 issues, and that will be kind of my collection. And then what I'll do is I'll get some trades on it. The art on the cover it's what you're seeing on the cover is very similar to what you're seeing on the inside in the most positive way. And the storyline is very, very cool. I like what's going on here. I am I'm an indie fan, and Monstress is definitely up there for me, and I look forward to continuing reading this up and collecting those first 10 covers. So even if you've never heard of this book, to me, I would see that on a wall somewhere and be like, that's drawn really, really nice. Great color scheme as well. Just a lot of fantastic things going on with cover A. So now we are on to cover B. I knew this was going to be a tough one because I knew Monstress was going to be in this list. I want cover B. I've wanted cover B for a very, very long time. I think it's fantastic. Just so it's a second print. Actually, the third print is the exact same. It's just got a bit of a different color scheme, so either one would go. But actually, a pricier book too because it's a lower print. I love that she's standing there and she's obviously looking at the monster or whatever it is, and you can just see the shadow, and you can see kind of her shadow as well, which is done really, really well. Her hair flowing in the wind, and just, I don't know, like everything on this cover I think is just fantastic. This is a very, very tough one because I can't help but love that cover A. And you could close your eyes on this one and choose, and you probably wouldn't be wrong. So,
thanks, Thomas. We're at the point in cover by now where we're going to decide which one we're going to pick. You've been looking at the choices and listening to the panel and their reasonings behind. Do you know which one you would pick? See if you agree with us. Cookie from Just a Little Podcast, is it A or B for you?
All right, so my pick, this was not an easy choice because honestly, I really do enjoy these. I think I'm going to go with cover B. I think cover B does it just a little bit more for me because, like I said previous episodes, I like the simplicity of a lot of covers where it's not too overly crowded, not too much going on. And this one has very subtle moments that still kind of presents very well and showcases what the potential art would be inside there. So I'm really liking how this is drawn and how well everything is integrated into each other and showcasing the minute details in the flooring, her dress, her gown, the fact that she has a holster on, the wind blowing in her hair, all these different features I really like a lot, and it emphasizes so much on this cover. And it's a white cover, so I know it's probably pretty tough to keep in pristine condition, but nevertheless, this is a really cool cover. So cover B is it for me.
That is one vote for cover B. And you might as well make it 2 votes for cover B because I'm voting for cover B as well. I just liked the lighting, as I mentioned. I like the perspective. I like the fact that you feel the wind. You see the wind going on from the way that her hair is drawn. So cover A is good too. But this cover, technically the second printing, but we're using it as the B cover, is just a little bit stronger for me. So that's why I'm going with that. Is it a clean sweep? Comics for Thomas? Tell us so.
So here is the thing. I'm going to choose cover B, but I don't know if you can take me on that because I don't own cover B, and I've just said I want to own cover B, and it's been on kind of my want to get this book for a very long time. I have cover A. Does that mean I like cover B over A? I don't know. I think at this very moment, yes, because I don't have it and I want it. So find it and mail it to me. I'll give you my address. But like I said, you really could close your eyes and choose either of these books. Right now, for me, B's my decision this month. Thank you.
Okay, it is a clean sweep. Sorry, cover A. Bye. The panel likes B. Cover B is the winner today. Is that the one that you would have picked? Is that your winner? Let me know in the comments below. Are you calling shenanigans with what Comics for Thomas had to say? Comment on that below. Your comments are welcomed, encouraged, and appreciated. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, because that's greatly appreciated. Clicking the notification bell lets you know when new content is added. That wraps up another month of Cover By videos. I appreciate you so much for your support and friendship and watching Cover By. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and a great weekend. Take care.